Hello, welcome back to another video. Today, I want to talk about the metaphor of adapting to the noise. And one one thing I learned about life in general is that there's always going to be hardship and there's always going to be some kind of conflict going on, regardless of what point of life you are in, whether you're succeeding and maybe if or when you're not succeeding, there's always going to be some kind of conflict that shows up. And when you're like struggling in when you're in like a scenario where you're struggling, I believe what you need to do is learn to adapt to the environment, adapt to the noise. And by noise I mean anything that's kind of acting as an obstacle to your path. And if you're able to adapt to these obstacles that kind of deviate from your goal, like these obstacles prevent you from doing what you want, if you're able to do that, then you'll be in good hands when you're actually want to there to achieve it, because you'll be prepared. You know what's coming up. So learn that this noise is always there. Like it sometimes maybe it's a little quieter, but the noise is always kind of getting in the way where you want to be. And there's anything could just show up out of nowhere, right? You could have some kind of tragic event, but the important idea is to just remain cool, just calm down, keep yourself collective, and know that with this experience you'll become stronger afterwards. So and I think understanding this is valuable because it's it's gonna reinforce this you know strength. It's gonna basically and reinforce you. It's gonna give you um this strength that allows you to just keep pushing forward. And as long as you don't lose yourself, remember not to lose yourself during this conflict. Just remain calm, keep yourself where you are, and um just strive to actually achieve what you want to do. Don't let some kind of hardship get in your way, because you should expect something, maybe not specifically will happen, but expect that it won't be like a clear path. There's going to be something down along the road. So if you kind of condition for yourself to think that something could happen, and also that um, to condition yourself where if it does happen, you'll be prepared for it. And maybe with other past experiences, past troubles you're dealing with, you're already prepared with that. So just use this noise as conditioning to help you gain strong become stronger later on. And I'm not telling you to just dread constantly what's going to happen in the future. I think it's important to accept that, yes, it's not always going to be perfect, and there's going to be um, troubles. And trust me, I worry about that too. When going to college, I'm quite nervous what it's going to be, because I think there's going to be moments where it's going to just gonna be rough. Maybe maybe I won't study for a little bit and just completely fail my midterms, and I don't know. But I don't want to say that, like, the problem is when I'm just worrying too much, but I'll just condition myself to be prepared before then, so that I'll be prepared not to do that. And if perhaps I do reach some kind of trouble, like I'm struggling in some kind of um, activity, or I'm just maybe falling back behind in my um, studies, then I'll just condition myself to not fall back behind, and actually ensure that I manage to succeed in my studies. So, and basically, it's you if you anticipate um, the problem, the noise, or anything, any obstacle, that's the metaphor I'm using, and you adapt, you first got to anticipate it and not exactly what it is, but know it's not going to be a smooth sailing, and that afterwards you will, when you go through it, even if it's something new that you haven't experienced, you can still adapt to it. So you know, in the long run, if it happens again, you'll be more prepared. And if you're able to deal with these situations, kind of like your immune system, they've seen the virus already, um, or the infection, so they're able to adapt to it and prepare for it. And your body builds its own immunity in a way. And using that kind of analogy to struggles in your life, some could be unexpected, but you could always adapt to it. And I think that's the key thing here. Always adapt to any struggles that come across your way. And I think if you're able to do that, you'll be extreme strong, very, very strong mentally. And I think that's something that I'm trying to achieve, and I think we should all should try to achieve. Just reach a state of mind where our mentality is strong enough to deal with basically anything that, as much as possible, that you know is thrown at us. Any struggles or anything like that, we just have to strive for the having the capacity to take these, um, infections on, whatever analogy you would like to use. Um, but yeah, that's the idea here. You could always adapt to this struggle, and I think it's important to be able to reach such a state of mind, um, because in the long run we'll be happier knowing that we've adapted to these struggles, and even if we're unfamiliar with it, we can always adapt to it. That's the idea. Always adapt to it, and we'll be happy in it. I think that's something really amazing. Should be able to do that. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about. This video a little bit longer than I expected, and also thank you for 200 subscribers. I'm not gonna make a separate video for this. I just want to say that if you made it to the end. So yeah, thank you for today's video. Thank you for watching it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day or night. For me, it's night. So yeah, have a good one.